as we go into the bowl season and we go into next year, I just want to put on record on the videos that I support bringing back Shannon Dawson. I support bringing back Coach G. Now, on the screen here, I want to give a shout out to Canes Chief on Twitter. He's a great follow. He puts out a lot of cool graphics. He keeps a lot of stuff, to where I don't have to research him, because he puts it all in the little fancy graphic and things right here. But you can see the improvement from everything, right? From 2022, 2023, we improved in anything. Now, listen, I will say this. In 2022, the offense and the offensive play was terrible. So, really, this season, all we could do is go up, right? All we could do is go up. But you can see just some of the numbers. Scoring offense from 97 to 36. Rushing from 95 to 48. Passing offense from 60 to 39. Total offense from 86 to 25th. I'm not mad at Shannon Dawson. Now, you see all the stats show that there's improvement. But most importantly, I think, is the eye test. And I do want to say this, right? There's not going to be a perfect offensive coordinator. There never will be. We will always complain about something when it comes to an offensive coordinator. Unless the offensive coordinator comes out there, puts up 100 million points, we as a fan base are just going to complain about something. When Rhett Lashley was here, the complaint was he didn't have any running game. And his offense, yeah, it was good, but it was so fast that it hurt the defense and that we couldn't run the ball against good teams. Now I hear people talk, now that we're a couple years away from that, I hear people talk about Rhett Lashley like he's an offensive savant. But when he was here, we complained about something. With Shannon Dawson, I am not saying he's perfect. I have my own gripes with him. But I do believe another year in the system, another year for Shannon Dawson, and I'm with bringing these coordinators back so we can build camaraderie and we can actually build a program, not this fire an offensive coordinator because they can't do this right, or follow an offensive coordinator because they can't do that right, because no matter who we hire, there's going to be a complaint, right? So Shannon Dawson, I would like to see him back next year. I believe if we can get him a good quarterback, things will do well. When people ask me, well, Grant, what are your thoughts on the offense this year? I thought that we should have used the tight ends more. And I also believe that it is hard for a head coach. It is hard for an offensive coordinator to do things if you don't trust your quarterback. And I don't know how you can trust a quarterback who turns the ball over multiple times in a game. We see what this offense looks like when the quarterback does not turn over the ball, when the running backs do not fumble, because, we had a fumble against Boston College. We had a fumble on the 1-yard line against North Carolina. When we've taken care of this ball, the offense is looked good. And when I talk about these offensive coordinators, we have to realize that, we faced the Clemson team that has one of the best defenses in the nation. We faced the Florida State team. This is their best team in I don't know how long. We faced Louisville. They're playing against their best team in I don't know how long. North Carolina, who they fell off, but I was told they have a championship defense. So we've played the competition, and we've put up good numbers. It wasn't perfect. There's things we can improve on, but I would like to see what bringing these coordinators would be in year 2. I would like to see what Shannon Dawson does on a recruiting trail and what he does in development. I would like to see, instead of us focusing on coaching searches, us focusing on player acquisition. We know under Mario Cristobal, the player acquisition is going to be good, but I believe if we could get a quarterback, preferably a quarterback that can hurt defenses with their legs and pass the ball consistently. I don't think you have to be Michael Vick. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when a quarterback can look and say, okay, there's nothing there, but I can rush for 5, and a safety and a linebacker has to come up, then we'll see, guys. We'll see what happens, So I want to say Shannon Dawson, you see the numbers. He's improved in everything. He was not perfect. Even I got tired of seeing those tunnel screens. I saw some of y'all comment on that. Those tunnel, those outside screens, I'd be like, man, but overall, I do see the vision, and overall, I do see the progression. Now, when I look over here to Coach G, right? Check out Coach G, run PFF, 35 to 21st. Tackle PFF, 110 to 47. This defense looked totally different. Now, I know I'm going to get pushback for the Shannon Dawson. I don't see why anybody would say anything negative about Coach G. Is Coach G perfect? No. But this defense, man, looked better this year, right? And we got to keep in mind, no Akeem Mesidor, no Najee Kelly. Akeem Mesidor is a freak. If he stays healthy and you put him next to a Ruben Bain, you put Najee Kelly out there, Branson, things could get scary. But even without those guys, the defense still improved in a lot of categories. And we just look like a competent defense, right? I mean, with who was our defensive coordinator last year? Went to Alabama, Kevin Steele. Sometimes our defense just looked out of place. I'm like, what are we even doing? I never felt that with Coach G. I felt like he had everything in order. He brought the best out of the players, and then he made adjustments. I mean, this man went up against what some say top 4 team in the nation, Florida State's best team in a decade, went up against him without his 2 starting quarterbacks. And was able to play well, and we did well against them. Is he perfect? No, but when I look at this team and I see how pursuit to the ball, when I see the linebacking core, I mean, good Lord, Kiko, Bassane, Cloyd. It's been a while to see a linebacking core that has played well like them. And then the defensive line, Ruben Bain, Branson Dean. I mean, I think when Coach G goes out and with Mario Cristobal and they get guys to fit his system, oh, man. Oh, man. And we got to think, last year, these hires came, it took a while to get these hires. Now, their families are moved into the community. They got their offices set up. They got a season underneath their belt. Now we can put on the board what guys fit you guys' system. Because before we just had to bring in talent. Now we have Coach Dawson and we have Coach G. This defense, man, I love this defense, man. And I think the big thing is we should look at how he was able to adjust during the season to the injuries. I talked about the injuries, but for him to go to different formations because of the injuries, not only to go to those formations, but to be able to teach and get the players in the right position. I mean, even Cam said he doesn't have to watch too much more film because Coach G just dissects everything so well for the players that, hey, he puts it out there. So you can see the numbers here, and I believe the numbers would have been even better had injuries not occurred, but I do believe a lot of teams can say that. My main focus of this video is to say I think the University of Miami needs to start building a camaraderie, start building normacy with the coaches. Of course, coaches are going to come and go, but I think when you had a season like we had this year, where we improved in all the categories, where we see where the offense and the defense wants to go, especially with how important the portal is. I think both of these coaches deserve to come back. I say we keep the coaching staff intact, of course, and we go into talent acquisition and we add talent to this roster into a scheme that they've seen next year. So now the younger guys are going to be faster because they know the system. They're not having to learn a new system. And the guys coming in will learn the system faster because the players already know the system they're coming in. I hope I'm making sense when I'm talking what I'm talking. But, hey, you could think I'm an idiot. Hey, you could think I'm wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. I'm out. Peace.